right, so let's continue. So you said this September 9th, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now we can move to USD CHF.
Hold on, I'll be back and I'll be back, bro. I'm in firm. You can start, bro.
All right. So as you can see clearly, price was formed with swing high. This pair is so clean. Swing high, swing low, push into extreme. Now, price has not yet cleared this swing low here. And so we are still in this main push to the downside. If I'll take a trade, maybe I'll look for an internal break of structure. And so this markings here, uh, this will be my extreme supply. You see it on the 4 hour, so don't worry. Let me clean these here. So as I said, break of structure, complex pullback into extreme or decisional. So this in this case we had to the extreme, and then we are having this push to the downside. We are yet to break this, but also remember that when price gets to this zone, it would give a form of reaction because this push here broke internal structures. So I would look to trade that for a while before this becomes a smart money trap. So once I know this, I'll move to my 4 hour. Now on my 4 hour, the first thing that I do is try to refine the zones. So I refine it to here. Try to refine the upper one, refine it to there. This is not the time for me to teach you how to draw these zones. If you don't understand that zone, go back to the YouTube video we did last weekend. So there's the last low here. Price forming this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I'll just move to my 15 minutes. On my 15 minutes, I have this, I don't know if it was news or something, but this was the highest point that came from. So now, since this is a massive push to the ups, was it downside or upside? Okay, this was a massive push to the upside. I can't wait all the way for price to break here before I can look for a two-leg protocol. So it's good he asked that question today. So I have this one. If price goes ahead to break, that's my two. And then since this leg is a bit short, I can take it from the first leg. Okay, so let's play price forward and see the reaction we have. So we have this Asian section. Now price goes ahead to break structure over there. Internally, we've shifted bullish. Oh, we've shifted bullish. So once you get a shift in market structure, the cycle continues. You wait for an internal break of structure. So we have this internal break of structure. For a high probability trade, wait for the trend to align before you take it. For a low probability trade, you can take an advantage of this. So we have this decisional and this will be our extreme. So our decisional will take this side here. Because this is an Asian section, I'll look for price below. So that I get induced into my zones. Now, for a low probability trade, I have this internal break of structure here. I can mark this extreme supply here, and then try to take a counter trend. But remember, it's a counter trade and then anything can happen. So let me use 6 and be on a safer pace. Remember, counter trend, anything can happen. Well, let's continue. All right, so we get stopped out. Price goes into take profits. Now, we got stopped out not because we were wrong or something, but because I used a tighter stop loss. So assuming that we used a 10 pip something would have been correct, but the trade went into Asian section. So another error for me. So let's see if, assuming we use a 10 pip, let's see if we'll get at 1:3. Also, we are looking for price to get into either there or this extreme zone here. Now I'll go to the lower time frame for you guys to show you why I chose this zone. So just chill out for me. Let's continue. So price goes ahead to break to tap R3, our trade, and also now please if you have mute yourself. If you have a question, type it in the group. We are recording the section. So I know a lot of you asked a question that but we violated our supply. Why did I still take the trade? As I said, this went into Asian section. So there was a high probability of getting induced. So I'm just trying to tell you that this is a counter trend and anything can happen. So we had 1:3. We've taken our partials. Remaining trade is running. Now, wait, before I continue, you see price is forming this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. In the Asian section, I wouldn't like to take that, but during the London or any time section, I would like to take that. Now we're having this impulsive move because we are trading with CHF. CHF is an Asian section trade. So yeah, that's why we're having this impulsive move during the Asian section rather than this choppy market during the London and the New York section. So now look at something. Price almost got to this section. As I said, this is an Asian section, and we chose this. You see, this demand here didn't respect any of our two criteria, an imbalance or what? An imbalance or an engulfing candle, if you can clearly see. So let's try to go into the 5 minutes and try and refine this because price has already induced this and has given us a break in internal structure. So let's see if we get a clear imbalance there. Yes, so we have this imbalance here. We try to cover the low here. Okay, so now it gives me a confirmation that I am not missing the trade. If the trade goes away, fine. If it stays, it means I would have to get this zone mitigated before I look into taking a trade. So I'll patiently wait. Now this internal we have this internal shift in market structure. This zone here. So what I'll do is I'll wait for a complex pullback. Now you have this long leg. If I have a two-leg protocol, I'll try to look into that. So now price goes ahead to break again, forming internal highs and lows until I have an internal shift in market structure. Not looking into anything. Okay, so now I have an internal break in market structure over here. So I can now look for zones where price will trade into. I'll take my fib, mark from the lowest to the highest point. This is extreme decisional zone, and this will be my extreme. I'll take my reference point from here. Now, also, I can decide to take the counter trade. I've had this internal break of structure. I can measure that using the fib from the highest to the lowest. I'll wait for an internal break of structure to come good. So now I can take the trade anywhere here. Again, this is a counter trade. Be careful when you are taking these trades. Okay, price goes straight to our demand. All these gets deleted. Wait for internal. Again, it's happened during the Asian section. A high probability of getting liquidated. So now I'll wait patiently. My first touch will be my liquidity. We have two entries already on this, so you guys know it. So wait to get inducement. My first bullish candlestick will be my aggressive entry. Stops below it. Target 1:3. Now remember, this is during the Asian section. A high probability of getting liquidated. Okay. Now, oh, I've already pressed. So our stop loss hits after gaining 1:1.5. So let's just put this here. Okay, so we've lost one trade. We went ahead to form a lower low. So once we form this lower low, wait for price to break here before we can look into taking a trade. Price goes ahead to validate the zone. Now, once price validates our zone, go to your 15 minutes again. Now, at any point here, price can reverse. At any point here, price can reverse. So just be waiting for an internal shift in market structure. So now we have an internal shift in market structure here. From low to high. Another S. Pause. Remember, all these are counter trends, so it's normal. So now we have this extreme zone here, and we have, oh no, this went to break that, so we can look into this. Okay, so now price didn't get to the extreme, but tapped on the daily demand, break internally to see a form of reversal. Then we look into, okay, so now before this reversal, measure from the top to down. This is a pro trend now. Oh, act of impatience. I'm just trying to be transparent when it comes to this because that's how I trade. And then sometimes we are not patient. So we have to be patient. Now price goes into our extreme demand. So we wait for an internal break of structure. Now, good. Look at something here. Good. So now that we had this internal break of structure, I would have drawn my demand here. And when price is coming, let me just do it. I would have gone to the 5 minutes. So now price just pierced into it. But this is a new candlestick. It could be an inducement. So now that I have this long leg, if price gives me internal two leg, I'll take that. Now we have this shift in market structure here. So take the fib again. Now guys, look at something. There's a high probability that the trade will not come here. So I'll look into this Asian section. I've had inducement to the Asian low, break internal structure, complex pullback. 10 pips, 1:3. So I add the Asian range as a confluence to my actual price movement. So once I get an inducement to the Asian low and I know price is supposed to be bullish, and I get an inducement to the Asian low, internal break of structure, a complex pullback into extreme zone, I'll take the trade from there. And then what I'll do is I'll take my 1:3. After taking my 1:3, I'll target the Asian high. And then my uh what's the name? My stops will be at break even at that point. Okay. So I think we are stopped out here. Yes, we are stopped out. Let me just now we are bullish. So inducement to low, Asian low. What we'll do is we've had internal break of structure, take your fib, Now it's okay to lose because you've had 1:5 over here. You've lost 1, 2, and 3. We've lost 3%. We gained, where are the trades? We've gained 1:3. So that 1:3 cancel these 3 losses. You gain 1:5. So we are up 5%. We are waiting to take this trade. So we are up 5% now. Trade goes up without coming down. Wait to get an internal break of structure. Now we have internal break of structure, means the complex pullback is about to begin. Pick from the lowest point to the highest point. Expect it around this zone. Also, you can take this zone here, but as I said, these are counter trends. Be careful when you are taking them. Okay, hey, relax. So price gets into our zone. We would have taken our partials 1:3 here. Trade is now at break even. Now we have 5, we have 3. We are now allowing the trade to run. We are still holding our trade. We are still holding our trade. Now, the reason why we are having this pullback there, let me just put it here. So 1:8 over here. The reason why we are having this pullback here is that after we broke structure, we had this pullback and we went ahead to break internal again. So after internal break of structure, what do you expect? Price to push back into this extreme end, this extreme zones or decisional zones. So I expect this part to hold. We shifted internally. We've induced the Asian low, induced Asian high already. So now you see we've not had a complex pullback, and our price goes ahead to induce Asian high, a high probability trade that price will reverse to our demand. After a break of structure, we're expecting a complex pullback. And also, that's our first confluence. Also, price went ahead to induce Asian high first. It gives me a confluence that the complex pullback is about to begin into our extreme zones. Now, I've had this internal break of structure, a complex pullback is expected. I'll take the trade here, cover my zone here. To be on the safer side, let me go in for this side. And I'm risking 1% for all trades. So before we continue, we have 5 here. Hey, we have 8 here. We have 5 here, making 13. So we are up 13R. Now look at something. Price hits our entry. Never give us 1:3. Yes, never give us, and then go ahead to hit our stop loss. That's fine. Now, when that happens, this becomes a flip zone. This zone becomes violated. Since price is becoming choppy, I'll just go up to my 4 hour again. Look at what is happening there. So on my 4 hour, I had this liquidity grab over here, push to the upside, first touch again, goes up, liquidity grab, push to the upside. So overall, I'm expecting price to go up again because we are still playing around that area. And this is my higher high, higher low. So this zone here will be where I'll be watching into. I'll go back to my 15 minutes. Now that I have this flip zone here, I have this flip zone. We had this lower, higher low, higher high inducement. So now, good. So now I have all requirements. Oh, this becomes the zone that I'll look to sell into my demand. Now we are bearish. We are bearish. So if you get an inducement to Asian high, if we get an inducement to Asian highs, I'll take it to demand. If I get inducement of Asian low, I'll take it to supply. So let's see. Fair enough. We had inducement to Asian high, so we can sell to our demand. Wait for internal break of structure here. So now we have that. Oh, we have this break of structure. This would have been our supply or where we would have entered the trade. You guys know that. So break of structure, complex pullback into extreme. Our stops would have been here. We'll target the lows or the demand zone. But first, take your 1:3 partials, target the demand zone. So now we have a tap on our demand zone. We have a tap on our demand zones here. First tap is liquidity. So now we've taken this trade that we took here was a counter trade. We've taken, let's say 7.7 here, minus 1. So it will be 6.7, or let's say 7 again. We lost this. We had this 8 plus 7. We have 15 plus 5. We have 20. So we are up 20R. Now, price is at our demand. First touch is liquidity. So I'll wait for price to induce that, give me a bullish engulfing. I'll take that aggressive entry because I know I am up 20R. Now I'm waiting for the bullish engulfing. I have my first bullish engulfing here. I can take the risks, cover the lows, target 1:3. I am up 20R. I don't have any problem with. Now I get my 1:3. Once I get my 1:3, I am targeting where? So on the 4 hour, I'm targeting this highs first. Are you guys with me? Hello?
Yes, good.
Good, good, good. So we are targeting this high, but we've taken partials. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so we hit 1:9. But as I said, price is very bullish because on the 4 hour, look at on the 4 hour, we are having what the fuck is going on? So on the 4 hour, we are having this structure here, higher high, higher low. I'm expecting this to get broken. So I'll go to my 15 minutes, target the highs, stops at break even, target the highs here. So you see how we've mixed the 4 hour, the daily all together. Now, if you want to be stubborn and you want to trade internally again, you know price is what? Bullish. Price is bullish. We had, let me delete this. This is being very creepy here. We had this internal break of structure here. Had this internal break of structure. Now, after internal break of structure, expect a complex pullback. We had this low, we had this pullback, but not a complex pullback where price went ahead to form this high. Now, price breaks here. Now, where will I close my trade for this? Price breaks here, so I'll wait for a complex pullback into this zone.
Okay. Okay. So on the multi-timeframe, we see.
Please type your question. So break of structure, a complex pullback into extreme zone to take the counter trend, a complex pullback. So now we would have taken our trade from here. Our stops will be above. Target 1:3 first. Now at this point where we've had a pullback, we've closed this trade. So we've had almost 12 hour here. We've had another 1:3 here. But trust me, I don't like taking counter trends unless I am having a high profitable week. So now I expect price to push into where? This zone. But also from here to here, I'll look for an entry over here because we have all this push here. So if price is to break below here, it means price is coming to the extreme, which is here. So I've taken partials. I'm targeting this here. This trade has been closed. Now, wait. I've had internal break of structure. We are getting to the Asian highs. We are getting into Asian section. If price induce Asian lows, gives me a confirmation that we are going up. If price induce Asian high, it tells me that I can still hold my trade. So let's see. Okay, so we induce Asian high. Confirmation that you can still hold your trade into this section here. Okay, so now full TP hits. You took the pair yourself, you took the amount yourself. I don't have any idea about this. So now let's continue. Price is about to get into our extreme zone. Now, the first touch is always a fake move. So let's get our first touch. So now we break. We are still holding our trade. We break. As I said, first touch are always fake touches. So we would have investigated. Now we've had a break here. Since price is not clear, let's move down to our 4 hour and see what market is doing. Now, on the 4 hour, this is what we are having. We've had this internal shift. Price came down, price went up, price induced this. But we are still having our what? Our demand holding. Until this demand breaks, until this demand breaks, I will what? Still look for buys to break this high. So let me mark that high for you guys. Let me mark that highs for you guys. So the question is, how do I get to see this? See, we've had lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low. I'm expecting a higher high. Do you guys get why I'm looking for buys? Okay, so let me continue. So now I'll liquidate this side as my X. So you see why we have a difference between a break of structure and an inducement. So I see this to be an inducement for now. What I'll do is I'll go to my 15 minutes. Now on my 15 minutes, I'm just waiting for an internal break of structure. Let me delete this. Okay, so I have another lower low formed. Now my internal break of structure will be here. Okay, so now see, we are in the Asian section. A high probability that this might be induced. But let's see, if we get inducement to the downside, I'll probably look for a break in market structure and trade to the upside. A sweet confirmation. So let's see. Funny enough, we have an inducement to the Asian highs. So I'll wait for what? That inducement to the Asian high gave me what? This internal break of structure here. I've had another internal break of structure here. I am looking for buys, so I'll not look into selling this. What I'll do is I'll take my trend, Fibonacci, and then try to buy from here. Put my stops here, 15 pips, and then target 1:3 first. You know how we do this. So let's see. So now price goes ahead to hit our take profit without hitting our entry. Delete it. Now that you've had a clear zone from that, what you do is look for a two-leg protocol. So this is my one. So I'm looking for two into these extreme zones here. So let's see. Now, good, we are in Asian section. If we get inducement to the downside, happy to take the buy. Okay, so I don't get any entry. I'm still waiting. Why is my price delaying? Good. So, oh, wait. We would have taken our trade here. There's our demand. So we would have taken our trade here. Here. Cover here. Then target 1:3 first. Now, after taking our 1:3, look at what happened though. We came down, induced Asian what? Low, break of structure here, pull back, another entry for you to take. So always add the daily cycle to your confluence or your trend. So now we've had six, we've had three here. We've not closed the trade yet because trade never got to our break even. We've had six here, we've had six here again. We've had six here, we've had 11 or maybe 12 here. We've had 7 here. Bro, guys, I'm just tired. We've had -1, we've had 8, we've had -1, we've had 5 guys, I'm just tired. This will just continue, continue, continue. So let's continue if you want. Until you tell me to stop, I'm not stopping. So now we are into Asian section. Trend confirmation. Induce low. We take to buy. Induce low. We take to buy. It's not getting any time better, guys. Listen. Here we didn't induce neither the high or low. Fair enough. We induce high. We come back to induce low. A trade opportunity for us. Take it there. Cover the lows. Now remember, we are still holding this trade. We are up 10R. We are still holding this trade. We are up 12R. We've had another entry here. We are up. Let's wait for that to happen. 8R. So let's see. Now, another Asian section. You know what we do. Inducement to the low. Take the buy. Inducement to the low. Waiting for internal break of structure. clear confirmation for you. Internal break of structure, complex pullback. I'll take my bias here, cover here, target 1:3. First for partials. Okay, sweet. Hi, we just missed by a pip. Fuck, I'm sure spread would just stack that in on that trade. So now we are up 7 on this. We are up 17 on this. We are up 20 on this. We are up. I go. We are up 15 on this. As usual, when we get into Asian section, we'll be happy to see inducement to the low. Now, inducement to the low, guys. Inducement to the low. But we never had a break. Induced low, but we never had a break of structure here. Remember, all this time that you are taking this upward trade, you've never had a complex pullback. So move to your 4 hour, see where price is, expect a complex pullback. You were enjoying the what? The main push. So at any point, if you see the bears setting in, don't think you are having a bearish trend. So now we've had higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Expect a complex pullback. Till when? So take your fib from this side to the ultimate high. Expect a pullback into these zones. This will be my decisional zone. I'll cover the lows here. Delete my fib. Again, move to my 15 minutes. Since I'm very profitable here, I'll try to look forward a counter trades. Now that I am aware that I've not had a complex pullback, I close 7.0, I close 17.2, I close 20, I close 14. So 14, do the math, 14 plus 20 plus 17 plus 7. I am tired of doing maths. So now we've had this push. Let's see if we start seeing a complex pullback. Yes. Now we've had this internal break of structure. We expect price to come into extreme. If we get that, fine. If we don't, no problem. I see this liquidity building over here. So I presume this supply, I'll only take the trade here at this supply here. If not, I'm waiting for my demand here. So let's see. I'm chilling with the big boys. Now, another confirmation. Since we are looking for sells into demand, if I get inducement to Asian high, I have this sweet induce to mitigate over here in my supply, decisional supply here. Let's see what we get. Induce, let's see. Now, as I said, when we induce the Asian high, that's where we look for entries here. Now we didn't induce the Asian high, we had equal lows, so we would have gotten an L on that, frankly speaking. So we lost this trade here. No problem. I still have this holding. If not, if I break that, I am happy to look for another buys. Anywhere here, again, Asian section, if I get inducement to the top, looking for this. If I get a break to the downside, I'll look into buying into this. If I get induced to the upside, look for a break in market structure because we have this liquidity. I expect it to induce this liquidity, either tap this and go down or just get internal break of structure here, and I'll be happy to take. So let's see. Induce to the top. induce to the top. Yes. So now I'll take the trade here. My stops will be here. Could be that, let's use 8. Now we target 1:3. Could be anything. So let's see. Okay, so we are fagged again. 2 L's. Bad week. Tuesday, Wednesday. Sweet. This becomes a smart money trap. And so I'll extend it in the future. When price gets there, it becomes my flip zone to look for buys if this zone breaks. So let's see. Price taps into the zone, breaks the zone. Since I've had 2 L's in a week, I wouldn't have taken this trade. This becomes my smart money trap. Now, if I get a pullback into this zone, happy to take the buys. Also, if I get inducement to low, happy to take the buys. Okay, so I'll wait for a break in market structure. There we go. Hmm. I had a break in market structure here. I would have taken an L over here. Demand, I would have taken an L over there. Yeah. So you could see clearly I had a bad week for that particular week, but no problem. So I just want to tell you that this strategy is not an holy grail strategy. So don't go and spend all your life saving on it. Now we have a good rejection here where I said I would have taken the trade. Yeah, cover my low. Now the question is, how did I know price will react from here? This was a nice flip. I was expecting sales here, price broke and retest, so that would be a nice flip zone for me. So now price reacts from there. Take my 3 hour partials, goes up to form 4.7, comes back to my break even area. Trade is at break even. If it hits my good, so I'm out of the trade now. Out of the trade now. Now we have this Asian section. If I get inducement to the downside, happy to take the buys. You get inducement to the top, I don't take any trade. You go ahead to form inducement to the downside. This would have been my entry here. And then again, I am looking for buys. Not because the trend is bullish, but then because I know we are having a complex pullback. You see, we were having, we didn't break the structure, but we've not had any push after this internal break of structures. So I'm still expecting a complex pullback into extreme zone before price goes down. So that is what I'm waiting for. On the 4 hour, same, we've shifted bullish, following the order flow into maybe this or into the extreme zone. That is why I'm still looking for buys rather than sells. So now let's continue. Let's see if we hit our 1:3. Okay, so our 1:3 hits. This 1:3 alone will help you pass your prop firm. Now traders are break even. Now we are stopped out. I don't have a problem. I've gotten my 1:3 already. I'm out. Let's see what price does. Asian again. Wait for inducement of Asian low. Okay, high. Until we induce Asian low, I'm not happy to take that. We went all the way up. Now we have a break of structure. No problem. Let's continue. In our Asian section, we get a trade. Okay, so now we're at Asian section. Induce Asian low. Give me a trade. Okay, so now I induce Asian low, break of market structure. No break of market structure yet. Equal lows here. I will be very, very, very cautious about that. Equal lows. Also, this high here has not been broken yet. Now I have the break of that high. Now look at something. I have this relative equal lows here. I will be mindful to take a trade. So I'll take the trade here though, but then I'll cover this because I'm trying to be very protective over there because of the equal lows. Now I'll delete my fib. Now hold on guys. 1:3 here. Now let me tell you guys something. You are in a trade. Okay, you are in a trade, and now you realize that the trade goes into Asian section. When you get and you are in a buy trade and then you get inducement to the low, it should give you a form of confidence to hold the trade. But if you give you a Asian high, please put your stops at break even. So let's see. We get induced to the low or we get induced to the high. So my stops is at break even. So now I get stopped out. So break even trade, no no form to panic. Guys, I'm tired. So we'll end here. I'm just tired. But I know price will eventually go up and continue going up. Now Asian section induced to low. Look for breaking market structure, take to the upside. Induce to high, don't take it. Now wait for a market break of market structure. Wait for a pullback into the zone. Buy. Asian induce low. Market breaking market structure retest. Buy. So you take an L here, no problem. Asian section again. Induce low. We induce high. Wait for induce low breaking market structure. We didn't have a breaking market structure. Now we have that breaking market structure. Asian again. Induce low. Breaking market structure. Retest. Take the buy. So basically that's what you are going to do, guys. I'm tired. So I'll end the section here.